Zakat versus tithing. How charity works in Islam and Christianity. Charity holds a significant place in both Islam and Christianity, where believers are encouraged to support the needy and foster a sense of community. Although both religions advocate for charity, the forms it takes differ, most notably as zakat in Islam and tithing in Christianity. Understanding these concepts reveals how charity is integrated into the ethical, spiritual, and practical frameworks of each faith. The concept and meaning of zakat in Islam. In Islam, zakat, Arabic for purification or growth, is a compulsory form of charity and one of the 5 pillars of Islam, making it a foundational component of the faith. Zakat signifies the purification of one's wealth and soul by redistributing a portion of wealth to those less fortunate. This duty emphasizes the interconnectedness of society and the responsibility of each Muslim to aid those in need. The Quran mentions zakat multiple times, linking it directly with prayer, thus indicating its central importance. Muslims are required to give 2.5% of their savings, above a specific threshold, each year to eligible recipients. These include the poor, orphans, travelers, those in debt, and others in need. This structured approach to charity ensures a systematic flow of resources within the community. The concept and meaning of tithing in Christianity. Tithing, derived from an Old English term meaning tenth, refers to the Christian practice of giving 10% of one's income or produce to support religious and charitable causes. Although it is rooted in the Old Testament, where followers were encouraged to give a tenth of their harvest or income to God, tithing has evolved over centuries. The practice of tithing emphasizes stewardship of God's blessings and generosity toward those in need. For Christians, tithing reflects gratitude to God and a commitment to helping others. While many churches encourage tithing, it is not always mandatory. It is more often seen as an individual's choice guided by personal conviction and spiritual maturity. Obligatory versus voluntary nature. A key distinction between zakat and tithing lies in their level of obligation. In Islam, zakat is mandatory for all eligible Muslims who meet the minimum wealth threshold. Non-payment of zakat is viewed as neglecting a fundamental religious duty and is discouraged. Thus, zakat acts as a binding societal obligation aimed at reducing poverty, inequality, and social injustice. On the other hand, tithing in Christianity tends to be voluntary, especially in modern practice. While some denominations or congregations strongly encourage tithing, others view it as a personal commitment left to the discretion of individual believers. This difference reflects the varying emphasis each faith places on structured obligations versus personal, discretionary acts of generosity. Distribution and purpose of funds. In Islam, the distribution of zakat is regulated. Recipients are specifically outlined in the Quran and typically include categories like the poor, the destitute, and those in debt. This targeted approach ensures zakat reaches those in dire need, directly addressing poverty within the community. Many Islamic charitable organizations help distribute zakat, ensuring transparency and accountability. Christianity's tithing practices vary greatly by denomination. Tithes are often collected by the church and may be used to support church activities, missionary work, or broader community aid programs. In this way, the funds generated from tithing can have a wider variety of applications, depending on the church's priorities. While zakat has more narrowly defined recipients, tithing has a flexible scope, reflecting each congregation's focus on religious, community, or charitable efforts. Spiritual dimensions of charity in both faiths. Zakat and tithing are not just financial obligations, they carry significant spiritual meanings. For Muslims, zakat symbolizes spiritual purification. Giving to others is seen as a means to cleanse one's wealth and heart of greed, fostering humility, gratitude, and empathy. It is a reminder of the temporary nature of worldly possessions and a way to draw closer to Allah by fulfilling one's duty to society. In Christianity, tithing and charity are seen as expressions of love for God and neighbor. Jesus taught that charity and generosity toward the less fortunate are essential components of a Christian life. Tithing serves as a tangible way to acknowledge God's blessings, reflect a spirit of gratitude, and participate in God's work through the church. Contemporary challenges and adaptations. today, both zakat and tithing face challenges as religious institutions adapt to modern socio-economic contexts. Some Muslims question the efficacy of zakat in alleviating poverty, particularly when given individually. As a result, centralized organizations are becoming popular for collecting and distributing zakat in a more impactful, organized manner. Similarly, some Christian denominations grapple with declining tithing rates. In response, some churches have adapted by encouraging members to engage in other forms of giving or community service as an alternative means of charity. Conclusion: both zakat in Islam and tithing in Christianity are deeply rooted traditions that embody each religion's approach to charity, community responsibility, and spiritual development. While zakat is a structured, obligatory duty with a specific purpose and recipients, tithing is a more flexible, voluntary practice that reflects personal conviction and gratitude. Together, they highlight how charity serves as a bridge between the faithful and the needy, promoting compassion, empathy, and social welfare.